Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, hey, folks, I'm tired of video series videos I've been doing for a while. I'll go over there, try out food and or drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I did mess up my intro just a tad there. Did you see where it was? If you didn't, then there we go. We're just gonna keep rolling with it, and I shouldn't have said anything. But I like to be very, transparent with you folks. It's all about trust. Whilst we're trusting each other, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm inside my truck, I'm doing something else, folks. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I like to talk about the super cool shirt. I feel compelled. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Well, folks, it's my Vended shirt. Which, if you're not familiar, Vended is a band of the heavy metal variety. And I just want to mention, I don't think I've ever brought this up when reviewing this in this particular shirt. I really like the design of this shirt. It's simple, but it's very cool. And especially, being, I'm a heavy metal guy. I like other things too, but I definitely identify as being kind of the metalhead subgenre of folks, and I really like this design. It's simple, but it's very effective. And even my mom liked it, though she might have just been saying that to be nice, because she's a nice person. But anyway, what am I reviewing for you folks? What are we doing here? Oh, by the way, Vended, like I said, they're a heavy metal band. I actually have videos of performances that I've seen here on this channel, just in case you're interested. I have, aside from doing food reviews, I also post up my concert videos. And I've seen Vended a couple times. They are most commonly associated with the band Slipknot, because a couple of their members are the offspring of a couple of members of Slipknot. They're really good, though. I genuinely vouch for these guys. And I really do see them growing and getting bigger, and because they're just really good. Slipknot association or not. But anyway, what am I reviewing for y'all, folks? Well, I just got through reviewing a new Mountain Dew flavor, specifically the Boom Baja Passion Fruit Punch. But, folks, if you're aware of how they do these passion fruit flavor variants, they always do them in pairs of twins. Well, not pairs of twins, that would be four, but they always do them in pairs. So we have another one. Boom! It is Mountain Dew. Ha 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 ha. Mountain Dew, can I get a thing? So it looks nicer on the camera. It's nice and red. This is Mountain Dew Caribbean Splash. Specifically, dew with a blast of natural and artificial guava flavor. So we have a guava Mountain Dew. I'm excited. So yes, Mountain Dew has one of their flavors called Baja Blast. It's been around for quite a while. It was a Taco Bell exclusive for quite a while, and then eventually they made it available to the public. And it's typically very popular, not popular enough to be a regular flavor, but they typically bring it back around summertime. And in the last couple years, they've decided to go over there and have these added on variants. And like I said, they always do them as a pair. So last year, it was Mountain Dew Baja Blast Gold and Mountain Dew Baja Blast Punch or something like that. I've reviewed them. I have an entire playlist called Mountain Dew Madness, just my Mountain Dew reviews. So this one is Caribbean Splash. Supposedly it's guava flavored. Let's find out. I like guava. It's not a favorite fruit, but it's one I enjoy. I'm a little bit stuffed up, so my sense of smell ain't the best. But it smells like kind of a tropical kind of vibe Mountain Dew. So, good start. Ooh, I like that a lot. Yeah. They definitely produced a couple of winners this year. I enjoyed the Passion Fruit Punch one quite a bit too. But straight up, I like this one more. For sure. It's got a punchier flavor to it. But And part of that maybe is just the it's one of those things where, like, is it just as a result of the nature of the fruit that they're choosing to represent the Mountain Dew, passion fruit versus guava? And it's like, I mean, when I think of guava, I don't think it's a particularly punchy fruit. It's not like pineapple, again, best fruit ever. But, it's like it's got some punch. Maybe more than passion fruit, so maybe it's just that, or maybe that's just how they wanted to present it. Amped up the flavor a little bit, but that's really good. Cool thing about it is, it's punchy, but it also feels mellow because of the guava. Yeah, I like this. Now, I will say this. I have had guava sodas before, and they range to such a degree. Some of them have been very good. Some of them have been very not so good. In the case with this one, is this the best guava tasting soda that I've had? No. But here's why. With this, and I've mentioned this with other Mountain Dew reviews, Mountain Dew builds their flavors off a platform of Mountain Dew. So fundamentally, there's a Mountain Dew aspect to pretty much all Mountain Dew flavors. This has that as well. It's just guava built up on top of that. And it's a good guava taste. However, some of the guava sodas that I've had in the past, they're focusing on the guava. They're not a guava. This is a guava Mountain Dew. Excuse me. They are a guava soda. So the whole point for them is to push the guava. In this case, it's to push a guava Mountain Dew. And in that regard, it definitely excels. It works extremely well. So, I have to give them that in that regard. But again, if you want just a more straight up guava flavor, again, I do think there are other sodas that represent that well. But if you want a guava Mountain Dew, well, this is your only option, and it's a really good one. I like this one a lot. Like I said, I like the punchiness. And I mentioned with the passion fruit, the passion fruit one was the type of Mountain Dew where it had like a refreshing aspect to it. It was one that I wanted, to drink a lot of, because it just, like I said, has a refreshing aspect to it. This one, I feel it's sort of somewhere in the middle between like the heavier Mountain Dews, at least, again, for my person, like with Code Red, where I like Code Red, but it feels a little bit heavy. This one, I wouldn't say is as refreshing tasting as the passion fruit, but it's not as heavy as some of the heavier ones. It's somewhere kind of in between. So I'm really enjoying it. I really enjoy the punchy flavor. Would I want a lot of them in a row? And mind you shouldn't have a lot of them in a row anyway, but so it kind of becomes a, different thing for different situations. If we're talking strictly about a Mountain Dew that I would want on a hot summer day, I think the passion fruit would be what I would go for. I feel like it's a little bit more refreshing. Whereas, day to day, I would go for the Caribbean Splash because I really like the flavor of it. And I like the flavor of both, but this one is more strictly flavor-based versus situational-based. Just that, again, that refreshing aspect of it. So, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely on both accounts. Yes and yes. With the passion fruit one, I posed the question to myself, would it be in my top 10 favorite Mountain Dews? And I ultimately said, no, I didn't think so, but like maybe on the lower end. With this one, I would say, yeah. Again, I think still sort of somewhere in the lower end of things, think like, and I mean, I don't have like an actual tier structure in my head, but like, maybe like an 8, maybe if I'm being generous, maybe a 7, but like, that's still really fucking good. This is a really good Mountain Dew. And as for recommending it to other people, I would definitely give it a shot. It's going to be a limited time thing. Again, you don't have a lot of guava soda options. The only one I can think of off the top of my head that's like semi-available would be the Jarritos, the Mexican sodas. They have a guava one. And that one's actually pretty good. Again, it's more guava focused. So, I really have to give it to Mountain Dew on these. I think out of the Baja variations that they've come up with so far, my favorite is still Baja Gold, because that's their pineapple offering, and I fucking love pineapple. That would be near the top of my favorite Mountain Dews. That's still my favorite. However, I think that these two are extremely strong. I think that both of them represent the flavors well that they're trying to represent, and I think they both work really well as just straight up, new Mountain Dews. If they wanted to go over there and make either of these a regular thing, or even if it was like an exclusive thing to maybe certain types of locations, like they've done with plenty of other flavors, I would be very down for that, because I think both of these are really good, and I think they're nice options to have on the shelves. But again, I would personally give it to the Caribbean Splash, a little bit over the passion fruit. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental month, spend this rest of your year, and folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly Caribbean Splash-tastic rest of your life. It sounds like some sort of a water park, which if you're inclined to enjoy water parks, there you go. I can't swim very well, enough that I can, not die. And on top of that, I'm kind of a pasty dude. So, sunburn and such, not my go-to thing. But other people like it. Good on you. A little bit of acid reflux there. I ate some spicy stuff for lunch, and it's getting back at me. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole, okay? It's just, should be. In an ideal world, it would be. But we don't live in an ideal world. We live in a world full of frustration and stress and incidents that I like to call asshole-inducing situations. When we run into these situations, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing, whatever the thing is for you. That's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there, maybe you're going to try out these new Mountain Dew Baja flavor variations, as I have done here today. And regardless of, which one you prefer, whatever, maybe you're going to go over there, maybe you're going to be like, these are good, but I've got some suggestions for Mountain Dew. So then you go over there and you make your way to the Mountain Dew offices, right? But I like to think that the Mountain Dew offices are similar to the offices from the Robin Williams 1990 movie Toys, which if you've never seen, I don't know if Robin Williams owed somebody a favor. I don't know if I like that movie or hate it. I genuinely don't. It's a weird fucking movie. Go watch it. But I do feel like with that movie, or like I said, I do feel like the Mountain Dew officers are probably somewhat very similar to that, where it's just sort of mildly controlled chaos. Just enough that, you're probably not going to have too many lawsuits. Too many. And ultimately you just decide, I'll just fucking email somebody or some shit. Then maybe you go over there and you get your flavors in the next year. Or conversely, you just do the email thing. Don't go to their offices. I can't imagine they'd appreciate that, regardless of how wacky and related to a Robin Williams film they are. Bye.